Flexometer with laser distance measurement. Complete tutorial in English. You can buy it online at eBay, Amazon, AliExpress and others for approximately $25. It comes with a small screwdriver to open the compartment for 2 AAA batteries, not included. We will open the compartment and place the batteries with the correct polarity. We close the compartment, moderately tightening the small screw. The device can accurately measure distances up to 60 meters. It also works as a normal tape measure to make measurements up to 5 meters in the metric system and 16 feet in the English system, with the advantage that when extending the tape, the return is blocked. To facilitate reading, to retract the tape, we press this unlock button located on the front. It has a digital screen on the top to show the activities performed. On the right side, there are 4 buttons for different functions. The first one is used to turn on the device, holding it down for 1 second. Once turned on, it is also used to activate the laser and perform measurements, and it can also perform other functions such as deploying the cross laser for leveling and plumbing functions, which we will discuss at the end. The second button, if held down for 3 seconds, allows you to change the mode from which the measurements will be made, which can be from the front of the device or from the back of the device, which is the one activated by default. It can also be used with a single touch to select the following functions from a menu: addition of 2 readings, subtraction of 2 readings, area calculation, volume calculation, and calculation of indirect distances, which we will discuss with examples. The third button, if held down for 3 seconds, is used to configure the system in which we will be making measurements. It can be in meters, inches with decimals, inches with fractions, feet with fractions, and feet with inches and fractions of an inch. It also serves to review the data stored in the memory if you press it with a short touch, or delete the data from the memory by holding it down for 3 seconds after reviewing the data. The fourth button is used to delete the reading from the screen if you press it with a short touch. It also serves to turn off the device if you hold it down for more than 3 seconds. It is convenient to do this when you want to perform another function. Device configuration. We turn it on by pressing the first button for 1 second. We hold the second button down for 3 seconds to change from which part of the device we will make the measurements. On the screen we can see the image that shows the front of the instrument. If we press it for a long time again, it shows on the diagram from the back, which is the default. In our case, it is the one we will use in the examples, unit selection. By pressing the third button for 3 seconds, we can change the units. In inches with decimals, inches with fractions, feet with fractions, feet with inches, and fractions of an inch, and back to meters. In this case, we will leave it in the decimal metric system. Since we are in Mexico, we turn off the device. Simple measurements with the laser. We turn on the instrument by pressing the first button for 1 second. It will show on the screen the mode from which the device takes measurements, the charge status of the batteries and some lines, waiting for the measurement. We place the device attached to the back, from where we will start our measurement. We point towards where we will take the measurement, verifying that there are no people in front. We press the first button again to activate the laser, and it will show on the screen a scheme like an asterisk, where the laser has already been activated. On the surface where we are pointing the instrument, we should see a red dot reflected. Remember not to keep it on for too long or point it at the eyes of a third party. We press the first button again. The laser will turn off and show 1.299 meters on the screen, which is the measured distance. We can repeat the operation to make another measurement. We activate the laser by pressing the button, and we press it again to make the reading. It will show 2 values on the screen, 1.299 meters and 2.300 meters. The one with the small characters is from the previous reading, and the one with the large characters is the last reading we just made. We repeat it once more to make a third reading, 3.534 meters. Remember that the one with the large numbers is the last one we made. All these measurements are stored in the memory, and we can review them in the reverse order in which we made them by briefly pressing the third unit button. It will show us 01 and the last measurement on the screen. If we press the unit button again, it will show 02 and the second to last measurement on the screen. We press it again, and it will show 03 and the third to last, and so on up to number 20, which is the storage capacity. If we no longer need the saved measurements, we can hold down the third unit button to clear the memory. We turn off the device. Maximum and minimum readings. The device also allows continuous readings to be made to obtain the maximum and minimum readings when a sweep is made with the reflected point of the selected target. Keeping the first button pressed for 3 seconds, the laser beam will be activated intermittently, making multiple readings. We press the first button again to stop the laser, and 3 values will be shown on the screen. With small characters, the maximum distance, then the minimum distance, and with large characters, the last measurement of the sweep. Generally, the ones with the small characters are taken. For example, if we want to measure the distance to a distant wall, we will do it in this repetition mode to ensure with the minimum measurement that we are perpendicular to the wall we are targeting. We turn on the device by pressing the first button. Once on, we press the first button again for 3 seconds. We will hear intermittent beeps and see on the screen that the laser is activated intermittently. We press the first button to stop the laser and take the readings, and we have 1.1575 meters, 1.570 meters, and 1.571 meters. The one we are interested in is the minimum. In this case, 1.570 meters. We turn off the device. Now, if we want to take the measurement towards an interior vertex where 3 walls converge, we will do the sweep for about 5 seconds so that the instrument takes multiple readings. We turn on the device by pressing the first button. Once on, we point towards the vertex. We hold down the first button again for 3 seconds. The laser turns on. We sweep around the target and press the first button to stop the laser. We see the screen and we have 1.1575 meters, 1.570 meters, and 1.571 meters. But the one we are interested in now will be the maximum distance. In this case, 1.575 meters. We turn off the device. Adding distances. We could use this function when we wanted to measure a long distance, no more than 120 meters. Standing approximately halfway along the distance, we would then take the measurement towards one of the ends, turn 180 degrees, and then measure towards the opposite end. We turn on the device with the first button. We press the second button and the laser is activated, showing its status on the screen and some lines with a plus sign, waiting for the readings. We press the first button and it takes the first reading, 19.164 meters. Leaving the laser activated, we turn 180 degrees and press the first button again to take the second reading. The screen will now show the 2 partial distances in small characters, 19.164 meters, 22.852 meters, and 42.016 meters of the sum of the distances in large characters. We turn off the equipment, subtracting distances. The device is turned on with the first button. The second button is pressed twice, and the laser is activated, and the lines with a minus sign are waiting for the reading. We press the first button to take the reading. It shows us 14.101 meters. The laser is still on. We move on the ground to the next location and press the first button to take the reading of the subtrahend. It shows us the 3 values on the screen, 14.101 meters, 7.584 meters, and 6.517 meters. The one with the large characters, 6.517 meters, is the difference of the 2 readings. We turn off. Calculating the area. The device is turned on with the first button. The second button is pressed 3 times, and the laser is activated, showing 3 lines on the screen, 2 for the length and width, and the third for the area. We press the first button to measure the first dimension. It shows us on the screen 4.973 meters. The laser is still on. We measure the second dimension by pressing the first button. The laser turns off and shows us 4.973 meters and 4.922 meters of the 2 dimensions and 24.477 square meters of the area. We turn off. Volume calculation. The instrument is turned on by pressing the first button. The second button is pressed 4 times. The laser is turned on. We press the first button to measure the first dimension. It shows us 5.112 meters on the screen. The laser remains on. We measure the second dimension by pressing the first button. It shows us 5.112 meters of the first dimension, 1.211 meters of the second dimension, and 6.191 square meters of the area. The laser remains on. We measure the third dimension by pressing the first button. The laser turns off and shows us on the screen 6.191 square meters of the area, 1.021 meters of the distance of the third dimension, and 6.320 cubic meters of the volume. We turn off the equipment. Indirect measurements of the opposite leg. We want to measure the height of a building that is inaccessible. We turn on the instrument by pressing the first button. We press the second button 5 times. The laser is activated and shows us 3 lines on the screen, waiting for the reading of the distance of the hypotenuse, flashing on the diagram. We place the instrument on the ground, away from the building, facing and pointing to the top. We press the first button, and we obtain 10.175 meters of the distance of the hypotenuse. The laser remains activated. In the same place, pointing to the base of the building, we press the first button to measure the distance of the adjacent leg. It shows us on the screen 10.175 meters of the hypotenuse, 1.533 meters of the adjacent leg, and in large letters 10.058 meters of the opposite leg, which is the height of the building. We turn off. Another way to get the height of the building without bending down to the ground is by using the 6th function for indirect measurements. We turn on the device by pressing the first button. Standing and facing the building, we press the second button 6 times. The laser turns on. We point towards the top of the building with our hands close to our body at waist height and press the first button to take the first reading. It shows us on the screen 10.545 meters. The laser is still on. We turn the device downwards and point at the building perpendicularly at the same level as the instrument and press the first button to take the reading. It shows us on the screen the 2 readings, 10.545 meters and 5.595 meters. The laser is still on. We turn the device again further downwards, pointing at the base on the ground, and press the first button. The laser turns off and shows us on the screen the last 2 readings in small characters, and in large characters the height of the building we are looking for of 10.058 meters. We turn off the equipment. Leveling and plumbing. Now we are going to check the plumbing of a door frame and the leveling of a blackboard. We need a surface that is level. In this case, I am going to use a cell phone application that you can download for free from the store called Bubble Level. It can also be any other. We place the cell phone on a flat surface, open the application on the cell phone, and center the bubbles. We turn on the device by pressing the first button. Once it is on, we press the first button again, holding it down for 5 seconds. When it shows 05 on the screen, the laser light of a perpendicular cross will turn on. We match the vertical line with the door frame we want to check and observe that the plumbing is correct. We are going to place our cell phone on one end so that the horizontal line of the cross is close to the bottom of the board. Checking that the horizontal level bubble is centered, the vertical level bubble will move position. Now place our laser device with the projection of the cross to check the level of the board, and we find it uneven. We tilt the board until it coincides with the horizontal line. We can also check the 90-degree line in a corner of the construction. Standing with the instrument vertically and plumb and projecting the cross on the wires. With this, we come to the end. I hope this tutorial has been useful to you. If you liked it, I invite you to subscribe and give a like. See you in the next video.